Alright, so I think this is where the switch was, and one of the spurs went from here up to Great Falls. And this is Rosslyn Station. This photo is from 1909. Well, I can tell you from experience that Rosslyn looks a lot different today. In fact, I really even don't recognize it from this photo. I doubt that any of these buildings are still there. And you know, I hadn't even noticed, but sorry folks, the toilet is out of service. So yeah, please do not be pooping on the caboose.
Sorry.
So I was thinking this was narrow gauge, but I guess this is standard gauge railroad. Yes. The w&od?
It's a very interesting old short line.
Uh-huh.
Ran for about 150 years.
Wow.
From the Tidewater to the Little Canal of Alexandria.
Uh-huh.
To the Blue Ridge beyond Leesburg, Purcellville, and finally the little summer resort of Bluemont.
Uh-huh.
That's where it met the Blue Ridge Mountains. It was too expensive to tunnel, so that's where it stopped.
Huh.
And so we had passengers, freight, mail, and express all those years until about the mid-1960s.
Uh-huh.
And then it crossed so many highways and roads at grade that it became an accident problem for the railroad and had to give up.
Oh, so that's why they closed it. All the highways.
That's one reason. The other thing was big trucks were able to bring in lots of the material that the railroad used to bring in.
Right.
So it was a combination of factors.
Kind of the interstate highway system kind of shut, well, that kind of shut most of the railroads down across the country.
Oh, well, yeah, it hurt. So I've got friends of the caboose who come in regularly and give me a hand.
Uh-huh.
One of them has put up all this wonderful material here on the walls. Pictures, posters, maps, articles. So, becoming Arlington's own railroad museum.
Huh.
Yep.
Pretty small, but I guess it's a start.
It's a start, yeah.
Oh, pretty neat. Although I have to think they might have been able to use something like this today with there's some article over there that says the cars go much faster than the trains, and I'm like, 5:30 on Friday? I don't think so.
I think you're right. It could have been a very useful commuter line and sightseeing on the weekend.
Yeah.
But the traffic built up to the point where it was getting awfully dangerous. Too many grade crossings.
Uh-huh.
In fact, it crossed the Shirley Highway at grade.
I saw that.
It's very unusual for an interstate to have a grade crossing.
I can't think of I've ever seen one anywhere.
So there were accidents there, and that was the beginning of the end also, because it would have been too expensive to tunnel under or bridge over. But we still have the history of the old railroad here to illustrate what it used to be like in the good old days, including the great sounds of railroading, the famous grade crossing signal. We have the 4 notes in this 4-chime whistle. And when you blow it all together, it goes like this.
Pretty neat. I had no idea that was, but you're right, it's 4 different tones put together. Huh, pretty cool.
The signal itself has a rhythm to it. It's like long, long, short, long.
It's so something?
It's the letter Q in Morse.
I was gonna say that's Q.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
why, we don't know.
Da da dida.
Exactly. You must have been a Boy Scout?
Yes, I was, and I used to be ham radio, but I let that slide.
What a great hobby that was.
Yeah, I've still got some of my equipment. I might pick it back up sometime.
Why don't you do that? Yeah.
I did learn Morse code. I don't remember a whole lot of it. I remember some. I learned it all in about a week, and then I didn't use it. And
Week.
yeah,
Well, you're a natural.
I just crammed.
Now they have a different license that you don't have to know the code.
Yeah, I'd probably still do it just for the challenge of it.
I think you should.
Yeah.
The magazine comes out every month from ARRL up in Connecticut.
Yep. Yep.
Look who's here. Hi, buddy.
Well, the kids sure seem to like it.
Oh, we have more fun. Kids of all ages, they just love it.
Cool. Yeah, my dad's a big rail buff, so he used to take note of this stuff when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where did you grow up?
Fredericksburg?
Oh my gosh, the RF&P.
Yes, the RF&P. I grew up right next to the tracks.
Well,
No,
This is the entrance over here, folks.
I guess it was still the RF&P. I don't think it got bought out by CSX until,
Much later. Wasn't
yeah, it was the late 80s, I think. It was RF&P when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was one of the money making. The other lines had to use the rails and had to pay for it.
Huh. Yeah, it's busy.
The Seaboard, the Atlantic Coastline.
Yeah, and then when I was commuting up here, I rode that line every day for a while.
Is that right?
And one of those engines right there, AMD 103.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, every day.
Well, don't you want me to move this coat so you can get a better picture?
Oh, sure. Yeah, there we go.
This is the caboose, man.
That's better. There.
Yeah, AMD 103. I used to ride in one of those every day.
Fire a hole in there.
You're a
Gotta
real
wait
rebel,
4 or
man.
5.
All right, well, this is it. The other side of this retaining wall here, or well, I guess it's not a retaining wall, but wall, is Interstate 66. So we made it. You know, it doesn't actually seem like it was all that far. I'm barely even winded. So, well, I'm going to turn around and head back. Back in January when I first started doing this, I couldn't have rode this far. It would have killed me. But now it's not really a problem. Well, we're on the way back. This is Route 50 up here. Apparently this is where the Glen Carlin station used to be. This is the picture of the second Glen Carlin station in the 1930s. And there's the first one from 1896. I think the 1896 one's kind of nicer, but anyway, apparently it used to be an amusement park down here. As you can see, it's all gone. Pretty much all we got here now is the highway and the power lines. So cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna head on down the trail here. All right, we're back. Yeah, that was fun, man. Saw some cool stuff, and it really isn't that far. I could have ridden a lot further. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to choose some destinations that are a bit further out. Because frankly, that was easy. It was really easy. I couldn't have ridden that far before I started this Body for Life stuff. No way. But I can do it now. It's all, there's one big hill coming back that I couldn't ride up back in March, and I can do it now. Other than that, that trail is pretty much all flat, so it's not even that hard. Anyway, here we are back at the house. So I'm going to put the bike up and fix myself some dinner. I believe we are having roast chicken with quinoa today. And then I'll probably head out because I still have to do that 3 dates thing. So I'm gonna go out and find my friends. Cruise town tonight. So I'll see you guys later.